Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. What's really with Snoop Dogg's apology tour? Now, before we get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a comment or a question, add it in the comments section. All comments are welcome. Now, recently, the famed rapper Snoop Dogg, gangsta rapper, the original OG, appeared on Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Talk Table Show and wasn't such an OG, right? Wasn't such gangster, but was apologizing for his recent comments against Gayle King. Now, what really was that about? Was it simply apologizing, or was it saving the day? Celebrities do that. And when they make their gaffes, they start doing this apology tour. For example, Snoop Dogg went on Jada Pinkett Smith, a woman show. But think about some of our other celebrities who have made their gaffes and went on different apology tours. And let's call it what it really is. It's a saving my image, saving my show, saving my brand. Saving my brand. Okay? Remember Megyn Kelly? When she went on her show, when she said on her show that blackface was okay. When we was growing up, right? I don't see anything wrong with blackface. And next thing you know, she got the backlash. And then next thing you know, she called Roland Martin on the show and had a black summit. Enlighten me. Kelly knew what she was doing. By the way, she didn't have a apology tour when she said Jesus was white, Santa Claus was white. In fact, when she was on Fox News, different audience, she almost doubled down on it. She said, y'all just kind of took it out of context, okay? How about Wendy Williams, okay? Now, Wendy Williams has been really stepping in it. And one time she stepped in it and she criticized, why do we need HBCUs and why do we need black history and all that kind of stuff? Well, she got backlash. And then all of a sudden, who did she call? Roland Martin. Okay? To come on her show and let's talk about blackface or black issues. Now, why are they doing that? Right? Because you have to ask the question. In both cases with Wendy Williams and Megyn Kelly, we can go on and on and on, by the way, there are other people. You go way back, and you can go way back, and you'll find, remember Michael Richards, who was Kramer on Seinfeld, when his viral video went off of him using the N-word repeatedly. He tried to kind of lessen this thing by going on talk shows, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to save the brand. Okay. They're going to lose money. That's what Wendy Williams was doing. And that's what Megyn Kelly was attempting to do. Now, Megyn Kelly's case, by the way, what she didn't realize is that she was going to get fired anyway because they were using that to get rid of her. She was a disaster to go on NBC in the first place. Her ratings wasn't that great. So that just gave them the opportunity to axe her. Here's the interesting thing. If her ratings were strong, just like Wendy Williams. See, Wendy Williams' ratings are strong, so guess what? They're not looking to ask her. In the case of Megyn Kelly, they were looking to ask her because the first ratings were strong. Because remember, they brought her over from Fox News, paid her a really multi-million-dollar salary. They had great hopes in her, but it was a failure. Here's my point with this, okay, with the Snoop Dogg interview. If you kind of go back and remember, Gayle King does this interview with Kobe Bryant's friend, Lisa Leslie. And then she asked one question. Now, Gayle would later say, yeah, well, that's unfair. That's unfair, right? Look at the whole interview. Come on, Gayle. You know the biz. You know that, hey, you can cure the cancer, but you make one wrong gaffe, and that's what people are going to center in. If I'm talking about all of Oprah's compliments, and all of a sudden I bring out Oprah's gay, guess what? People are going to zero in on that. They're not going to say, well, Oprah cured cancer. And she solved, global climate change, right? No. If I just mention that one statement, that people are going to zero in on it. You know that. Gayle knew that. She was a seasoned reporter. She knew that. And she knew what she was asking, Leslie. She was trying to get clickbait. She knew that. And she asked whether or not she brought up the rape allegations against Kobe. Now, the problem with that, it was at that time, they hadn't even released the bodies back to the families. And here you're trying to get a reaction. And the other question is why? Well, the backlash was swift against Gayle King. And one of them was, of course, Snoop Dogg. They was like, you're coming, why are you criticizing, black men? And that point has merit. But where he messed up was he going to call her out of her name, and then he was like, we're coming for you. Now, whether he meant it metaphorically or from a social media standpoint, it was irresponsible. It was wrong, right? And that's what he should apologize for. Okay, so now the backlash has been fierce because there have been people now that Susan Rice came out and she said, hey, you come for Gayle, we're going to come for you. I got a bigger army. It was almost like it was a East Coast, West Coast rap war again. So the idea is that people now say, hey, y'all need to step back. Everybody needs to take seats, right? The bigger issue is now that not only did Snoop Dogg take a seat, he's now been apologizing. And then when he came on Jada, he spent this, I don't know how long the show was, an hour, apologizing. But the question is why? Okay, you apologize. Okay, you can say, I got hot-headed. I apologize. I shouldn't have called out her name. And I realized the responsibility of my words. But now why is he doing the apology circuit? Branding. Money. Remember, Snoop Dogg, he has money to be making. He's hooked up with Martha Stewart. And he have a whole lot of other stuff that he is involved with. He's standing to lose a lot of money. Here's my thing, and I get that. That's the game. That's the game. So here's my point. Don't make the stupid gas in the first place, okay? I remember way back in 2000, I think it was 2010, Obama just got hired, and the incident happened where Professor Louis Gates, if you don't know him, he is he does a lot of people's genealogies. He's known for that. He's a black man. But the incident happened where he lived in Cambridge, Boston. He's a professor. He's coming home from a trip. He's tired, frustrated, couldn't get in his house. The screen door is stuck. And by the way, I know that because I have a door in my house that if I had to get into it, it's stuck and jammed. Well, then you have a neighbor that's called the police and said, hey, some people are breaking into the house, which is kind of funny. And that's a story in and of itself, with these neighbors calling. You didn't know your neighbor? Okay, well, they can get past that. But the Cambridge police show up, and they question him because they were called. So far, so good. By the time they show up, though, he's in the house. When they come up, they go, hey, we got a call about people breaking in. Now, here's what happened. Louis Gates, frustrated, gets mouthy with the police. Probably says some things, smart mouth. Okay, here's the thing. The police officers, in my opinion, decide, hey, I'm not going to let this black man talk to me this way. They try to get him out, and it eventually ends up arresting the man on his own porch for breaking into his own house. So you may ask the question, what was the crime? Now think about this. This police officer, get this, arrests him in his own home for breaking into his own home. Question, what's the crime? Well, they end up charging him with disorderly conduct. Bogus again, because again, you came into his house. All right, here's what happens. So because it's Henry Gates, it makes national news, right? Everybody knows this man. He's really good friends with Obama. Obama makes a statement. He says, I heard about my friend. He got arrested. He said the Cambridge Police Department acted stupidly. Well, that caused a backlash from the police. Here's my point. Obama apologized. And he had a famous beer fest. He brought the police officer and Henry Gates, and they sat down and they had beer nuts and police things, right? I thought it was the lamest thing I've ever seen. Here's my point. I criticize the president for doing that. My point is, I don't think he should apologize to the police. They did act stupidly. My point is that, here's my point. I understand what you were trying to do. And I understand as president, you have to sort of try to bring the people together. But you can also stand for truth. Here's my thing. The police did act stupidly. Why would you arrest a man on his own porch, in his own house? What was the crime? Even if you were called there, and once you came and you saw, guess what? There's no crime. And even if the man smarted off to you, okay, have a nice life, jerk, and walk away. But this police officer abused his power. He wanted to show him, whether it's race or not, it was still a police abuse of power. They dropped the charges. There was no charges filed. If it was true, then why drop the charges? There was another sergeant, a black police sergeant who was on the scene, who said, if I had arrived here first, the outcome would have been different. That's amazing to say. Why? Here's my point. They did act stupidly. Okay, so here's my point. Stick to your guns. Obama, you should have stuck to your guns. Or, how about this? Just don't address it at all. Don't say anything. But my point is, stick to your guns. I'm going to say the same thing about Snoop now. Hey, why are you apologizing? Yeah, apologize. I'm going to say this. One, don't act stupidly. In other words, where you went wrong is, I think Gayle King should have been brought to task for their reporting style. How is it that you don't have a problem with targeting black men, black celebrities, but yet the white celebrities, like your friend, Charlie Rose, and and Harvey Weinstein, you all are mum on that. That is an issue worth talking about. Where he went wrong, of course, he called her out of her name. And his language almost could be interpreted as threatening. Now, the reason why I say interpreted as threatening, if you say, we're going to come for you, like, for example, the Beehive, if you talk about Beyonce, the Beehive are going to come for you. And they're going to come for you on social media. I'm saying it's subject to interpretation. Here's my point. I don't think he should apologize. I don't think he should go on the show apologize, because just don't say it. The lesson for me, the truth is, for Snoop, it's just don't say it next time. Don't get involved with it. Yes, because you have a brand to protect. You have money to be made. But I'm not going to say that if you have truth to tell the truth. Stick up for your truth. Just don't get out of place. Don't call somebody out of their name. Stand for your truth. So while I understand why he apologized and is now doing the apology tour, because he's protecting the brand. A better plan is be wise in what you say in the first place. That's my perspective. And don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP The Bible Perspective. Till next time, see you then.